we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. Oh, you and I, we got it. Oh, we don't need no
this morning we checked out the Ark Encounter, and now we have moseyed on about an hour away roughly. We are at the Creation Museum. Not much to see on the outside. Big parking lot, lots of nice landscaping. So we're gonna head in. We did buy tickets for both at the same time. They have kind of a package deal. The whole thing is very expensive. We did now find out though that there was a special event going on this weekend over at the Ark Encounter, some sort of a conference which made about 1,500 more people than typical. I talked to somebody who's been here before or been to the Ark Encounter before, and it's not normally that busy. Yeah, so in this case, I'm not sure where we're going. So I hope this place here looks like it's basically empty. It doesn't look like there's a lot going on in here. And hopefully that's the case. Alright, a bit confusing at first when we entered. There was nobody checking tickets or nothing. We just could have walked right in here. But I did find someone to give tickets to. So this is more dedicated to dinosaurs by the looks of it. Beautiful building. They've been here for 15 years apparently. No, they're not real. Totally unrelated to this place. Coffee. There's little seams in the cup and it drives me nuts when they leak. So this guy's been dripping all over my fingers here. It's making a mess of the floor. Anyway. So right now we're seeing about the similarities between apes and humans, of course, monkeys and humans, and the diversity. As we already looked at in the Ark area before, we don't need all the different kinds of dogs. We don't need all the different kinds of cats on the Ark. God created a cat kind, and in that DNA of that cat is the ability to give birth or give way to all the modern cats, and same with the dogs. I already said that as an explanation with the cows. Same thing, like a Holstein breed is very new, right? We create new breeds all the time, and in the same way, humans, I believe, were created as one type of a human with the ability within our DNA to evolve, if you will. Microevolution. Understand me there. I don't believe in evolution as the world believes it, but in small changes. Those changes are written in our DNA code by God, and therefore we have all different colors and shapes and sizes of people today because it's in our DNA. We did not come from monkeys. Very interesting. Anyway, we better see some more yet. So a lot of reading in here, tons and tons of it. Little children, I guess, would be maybe bored in this exhibit at least. I don't know if it changes. There are pictures, I guess, and interactive things, videos they can watch too. So it's going through a lot of different biblical figures here. This one's Hezekiah. David was over there. Joseph. And just detailing their life, the relationship between our God and the foreign God, and then also archaeological proof that these things and these occurrences did in fact happen. It's very neat. It's a lot of reading here, obviously, but I enjoy that. It's well worth it. not sure what that ceiling's made out of, but it's hard to actually see any depth to it, which is the whole point. It looks like the sky, which is very interesting actually, but it's not. So this is always an interesting discussion on the books. So I would have grown up Protestant, and most Protestants reject the inspiration and canonicy of these writings. So we're talking about the apocrypha, of which I have read, I think, most of these ones for sure. And Book of Enoch is not listed on here, but also a very interesting read, and I believe it actually helps explain a lot of the Bible. Having said that, I do believe the current Bible is fine in its state from Genesis to Revelation. I don't think you're missing anything, and the whole point of salvation will be met. But I believe those extra books are very useful as far as learning, and I believe that they may hold some weight to needing to be in the Bible. Yeah, we'll leave it at that for now. I'm not sure what the point of this is exactly. I've got a few questions and problems on the walls. I would assume this is supposed to depict the Garden of Eden. Beautiful.
Bird of the air to Adam to see what he would own, and whatsoever
he names the animals,
creature, that was the
which is like amazing to just think about. God had made all these things, and they were friendly, and Adam could sit with them and talk with them and name them. It's really cool. Now, dinosaurs are still a debate. I'm not so sure about them. I believe they existed, yes. But I wonder sometimes if they weren't a product of sin rather than God's creation. But having said that, you never know. We still have lizards and we still have elephants and all that stuff. So, some of them definitely were created by God. I just wonder if some of it was corrupted through sin and created monsters out of good things, maybe.
She shall be called woman, because she was taken out of man. And they will eat of every tree of the garden.
God said we will die.
Now we've gone through the part where it's talking about everything was good, and then sin entered the world, and now we're entering a room full of horrors that I'll have to try to explain to my children, but all the disease and suffering and things that we see, and people sometimes blame God for, how could he allow this? Well, we're the ones that brought it into the world. He created it perfect. Through our choices, we have allowed this to happen to God's wonderful world. Now, God be praised, thankfully there is an answer to that, which started off in sacrifice. Not that the sacrifice ever replaced it, but it was symbolic of our sin being paid for, and the need for our sin to be paid for. So now in a world full of sin, of course, there's death, there's drought, right? Death, venom and poison, disease, animals eating other animals, all sorts of stuff going on. Hey, big guy. Of course, man now needed to work for his food. Never had to do that before. And women had pain in childbirth. Cain killing Abel.
Cain rose up against Abel, his brother.
Methuselah, old man, 969 years old.
But along the way, they forgot all about God and just chose to live their own way. Years ago, God spoke to my grandson,
Very interactive robots,
Noah,
pretty neat.
and warned him that he would send a flood to destroy every living thing that moves on the
There's Noah building the ark. I'm guessing that's Noah, and these are his three sons helping out, making some pitch.
Even the word of God. The people working on this boat for years and not a drop of water. It's ridiculous. Every day, the same. Is it religious
I find it hard to believe his sons would have complained. I like to picture them as loyal sons working for their father, doing God's work. Anyway, preparations for the ark is in this room. Alright, the children think these are not the sons, these are probably just workers. Because we do have one son up here working and these two guys over here with the wives getting ready for the ark. So it could be that these guys are bickering because they're just townsmen. Thought is still there that it just kind of seems like a dumb idea to work on a boat for 100 years when there's really, to this day, there's no evidence that it ever rained prior to the flood. So if you're building a boat because it's going to rain and you're trying to explain that to people and it's never happened before, and then to say the whole world's going to be flooded, they would just be, you're off your rocker. That's, we were just there, of course. That was them building the ark.
That's the ark. They use genie.
Pretty neat. Anyway, shows the complete construction of the ark. And of course that's where it is today. We were there.
Is the guy making stuff up there?
Is there a guy working up there? Oh yeah.
That's the
It's huge.
Oh, that's neat.
500 feet long, 80 feet wide, and 50 feet high. There is still plenty of room. See, I don't know how to everything is in the same way. And only 2 of each kind. I mean, 7. Not 2 of every variety of each. For example, I've seen many varieties of dogs. Some with long fur, some short, some are large, some small. But God brought only 1 pair of dogs to his.
That's would be cool just for the kids to play with. Big toy farm. And depicting them after the boat landed and they get out. They offer sacrifice to God.
That's what's
Very
left in
detailed
the
there,
water.
very neat. Sorry. I love this stuff. I've always been against evolution and I spent a lot of time studying evolution, actually. So here, this is all evidences of the flood and how that fits. What they say takes millions and billions of years to create, doesn't. It happens very quickly. And actually, Mount St. Helens, there's a display over there about Mount St. Helens. Look that up. It's a very good depiction. There's some good documentaries on that as to how some of this stuff can happen in a very short amount of time, which it did in the Mount St. Helens when it blew up. We see layer upon layer stacked up in, it was a matter of days. Similar to what we see all over the world that scientists would today say took billions of years. Very interesting. We're working our way through. And the whole story from creation, sin, fall, ultimately leads to the need of a Savior. Because without Christ, we're all doomed. And that's the whole point. To lead us to Christ. Not sure how much longer this is. Battery's actually running pretty low again, so I'm not sure how much longer it's going to be. But it's very fascinating, very interesting, and well worth it. I wish the ark had been this empty. You can actually take time and read and look at stuff. It's way too busy in there. This is nice. There's show you there's not that many people in here, so you actually have time to check out each exhibit and read everything that's here, which makes the whole thing much more enjoyable and definitely worth it. If you're going to do it, grab a ticket for both events and try to get them both done. Take your time. Hopefully you go on a day when it's not super full and you can really enjoy it. It's a wonderful experience. First Adam, last Adam. Very interesting verse. I can't remember it exactly right now. Maybe we put it on the screen if Anissa's doing the editing. But it talks about how just as sin entered the world through one man, so through one man. And the rest of it I can't remember. But all the world is saved or something. Anyway, it brings light to the fact that sin entered through Adam, and through Christ salvation is available. And so just like all mankind became guilty of sin because of Adam's actions, in the same way all men are saved through Jesus' action. Meaning that when Jesus died, all sin was paid for everyone. Not just those who believe, but everybody's sin was paid for. Therefore, we would believe that children are innocent before God, and we are actually condemned for our own actions, not Adam's sin. It's not a hereditary sin. I'm not guilty of Adam's sin. I'm guilty of mine. All original sin paid for and done, wiped out by Christ's sacrifice on the cross. And now we have to answer for our own. We'll either be punished or not punished based on our actions. We can accept what Christ has done for us and ask for forgiveness for our sins. I am guilty for mine, not for Adam's sin. And anyway, it's interesting, and that's why I like this here. First Adam, last Adam. It's biblical. It's a wonderful experience. So anyway, hope you enjoy the video so far, but I'll say my goodbye now. We'll catch you guys all later. God bless you.
Hey, darling, can I tell you what's been on my mind? Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life. Hey, darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city. Let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday. Baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey. Come on now and take my hand. Hey, darling, I love it when it's me and you on the road with a couple of tunes in a car for two. Hey, darling, you know we're gonna have a really good time, driving in the middle of the night when the stars are bright. Pack our bags and get in that car,